First, we have the Luger P08. It used a short recoil toggle action and fired the 9x19mm cartridge from an 8-round magazine. The unloaded pistol weighed roughly 850 grams and had served as an official German military sidearm since 1908. It was accurate and beautifully engineered, provided Stalingrad's dust and frozen dirt did not enter its beautifully engineered mechanism. Next, we have the Walther P38. It used a short recoil locked breech action with both double action and single action firing. Its 8-round magazine held the same 9x19mm ammunition as the Luger, while the complete pistol weighed just under 1 kilogram. The safer first shot and simpler production made it the more practical wartime sidearm, even if the Luger received better movie posters. Moving on to the Karabiner 98K. This bolt-action rifle fired the powerful 7.92 by 57mm cartridge from a 5-round internal magazine. A standard rifleman commonly carried 60 rounds packed on 12 5-round stripper clips, while the rifle itself weighed approximately 4.1 kilograms. It was reliable and hard-hitting, but working a bolt inside a crowded factory room was not exactly the future of close-quarters warfare. Let us continue with the sniper version of the Karabiner 98K. This was not a completely separate rifle, but a particularly accurate Karabiner 98K selected and fitted with an optical sight. It retained the 5-round magazine and the same 7.92 by 57mm cartridge, with sights including the 4-power ZF39 and the compact 1.5-power ZF41. In the ruins of Stalingrad, a concealed marksman watching a doorway or broken window could stop movement across an entire street. Next, we have the Gewehr 41. It was a gas-operated semi-automatic rifle using a muzzle-mounted gas trap instead of a conventional gas port. The fixed 10-round magazine held two 5-round clips of 7.92 by 57mm ammunition, and the rifle weighed close to 5 kilograms. It offered faster follow-up shots than the Karabiner 98K, but its weight, complexity, and sensitivity to fouling ensured that enthusiasm remained appropriately limited. We now have the MP38. It was an open-bolt blowback-operated submachine gun chambered for the 9x19mm cartridge. Its straight box magazine carried 32 rounds, and the folding metal stock reduced its length for vehicles, trenches, and buildings. At close range inside Stalingrad's factories, its controllable automatic fire offered exactly what a bolt-action rifle did not. Moving on to the MP40. It retained the MP38's open-bolt, folding stock, 9x19mm cartridge and 32-round magazine. Greater use of stamped and welded components made it easier to manufacture, while its firing rate remained around 500 rounds per minute. It was excellent for leaders and assault troops, but Hollywood later issued one to every German soldier free of charge. The Wehrmacht did not. Next, we have the MG34. It was a recoil-operated, air-cooled general-purpose machine gun chambered for the standard 7.92 by 57mm rifle cartridge. It could feed from 50-round belts or a 75-round double drum, and it weighed roughly 12 kilograms with its bipod. German infantry tactics were built around this weapon, making the riflemen its ammunition carriers, protectors, and very tired supporting cast. Let us address the MG42 carefully. It used a recoil-operated roller locking action, 50-round belts, and an exceptional firing rate of approximately 1,050 to 1,350 rounds per minute. It entered production during 1942, but reliable evidence confirming its direct use inside Stalingrad remains extremely thin. It should therefore be treated as a possible late and exceptionally limited appearance, not a standard Stalingrad machine gun. We begin the explosives with the Model 24 steel Handgranate. Pulling the cord inside its wooden handle activated a friction igniter with a delay of roughly 4 to 5 seconds. The grenade weighed about 600 grams and carried approximately 170 grams of explosive. Its long handle provided excellent throwing leverage, while its blast effect made it useful for trenches, rooms, and positions behind rubble. Next, we have the Model 39 I Handgranate. This compact offensive grenade used a friction igniter and normally had a delay of approximately 4 to 5 seconds. It weighed roughly 1/3 of a kilogram and could be carried more easily in pockets or equipment bags than the long stick grenade. It lacked the steel hand granata's dramatic appearance, which was probably acceptable to anyone carrying 6 of them. Moving on to the Nebelhandgranate 39. This was a hand-thrown smoke grenade using a zinc and hexachloroethylene-based smoke mixture. It weighed approximately 850 grams, used a 7-second delay, and produced smoke for around 2 minutes. German troops could use it to screen movement, isolate a firing position, or conceal an assault across exposed rubble. Next, we have the Gebalteladung, or bundled charge. Soldiers constructed it by wiring 6 additional Model 24 grenade heads around one complete central grenade. The result concentrated the explosive effect for attacking walls, bunkers, firing ports, and armored vehicles at very short range. German precision engineering had temporarily become one grenade, 6 extra grenade heads, and enough wire to make everyone nervous. Let us continue with the Haftholladung 3. 3 horseshoe-shaped magnets held its conical-shaped charge directly against an armored surface, while the igniter provided roughly 4.5 seconds to escape. The complete device weighed approximately 3 to 3.5 kilograms, depending on the documented version. It entered service only in late 1942, so any use at Stalingrad would have been extremely rare and is not firmly confirmed by battle-specific evidence. We now have the Panzerbuchse 39. This was a single-shot falling block anti-tank rifle chambered for the enormous 7.92 by 94 mm Patron 318 cartridge. 2 ammunition containers attached beside the receiver carried 10 each, although every cartridge still had to be loaded by hand. It could threaten light armor and firing positions, but against the frontal armor of a T-34, its best years were already behind it. Next is the Granatbuchse 39. German workshops converted the Panzerbuchse 39 by shortening its barrel and fitting a 30 mm grenade launching cup. The weapon weighed roughly 10.4 kilograms in action and fired anti-personnel and anti-tank grenades with practical ranges near 75 meters against moving armor and 125 meters against stationary targets. It delivered more explosive effect than the original rifle while remaining almost impressively uncomfortable to carry. Moving on to the 3.7 centimeter Pak 36. This lightweight anti-tank gun used a semi-automatic breech and weighed approximately 400 kilograms in action. A trained crew could fire around 8 to 10 rounds per minute, using armor-piercing, high-explosive, or short-range hollow charge ammunition. For lighter vehicles, it remained useful, but firing standard shells at a T-34's frontal armor mostly produced noise and administrative disappointment. Next, we have the 5 centimeter Pak 38. Its horizontal sliding breech opened automatically during recoil, allowing a practical rate of 10 to 15 rounds per minute. Complete equipment weighed just under 1 metric ton, and its tungsten-cored armor-piercing ammunition performed best inside approximately 500 yards. It gave German anti-tank crews a realistic chance against Soviet medium tanks, especially when fired from concealed flank positions.
Let us continue with the 7.5 centimeter Pak 40. This weapon used a semi-automatic horizontal sliding breech and fired powerful armor-piercing ammunition from its long 75 mm barrel. It weighed roughly 1.5 metric tons, while a standard armor-piercing projectile weighed close to 7 kilograms and left the barrel at around 770 meters per second. It could destroy T-34 and KV tanks effectively, although dragging it through rubble required enthusiasm, vehicles, or several men who had made poor career decisions. Next, we have the Flammenwerfer 35. Compressed nitrogen forced liquid fuel through a handheld flame gun where a hydrogen flame ignited the stream. The complete apparatus weighed almost 36 kilograms and projected flame to approximately 23 meters. It was effective against enclosed rooms and fortified positions, but the operator was slow, highly visible, and carrying an object everyone urgently wanted to shoot. Moving on to the Flammenwerfer 41. It separated the fuel and compressed nitrogen into different cylinders and retained hydrogen ignition at the flame gun. Introduced around August 1942, the charged apparatus weighed roughly 21 kilograms and reached approximately 23 meters. Its lighter construction made it much better suited to assault engineers fighting through buildings and industrial complexes. We now have the 5-centimeter Leichter Granatwerfer 36. This smoothbore mortar was muzzle-loaded and fired by operating a trigger mechanism rather than simply dropping the bomb onto a fixed firing pin. It weighed approximately 14 kilograms and fired a bomb weighing about 900 grams and reached roughly 520 meters. It was portable and useful in courtyards or narrow streets, but its limited range and explosive power left crews wanting something larger. Next, we have the 8-centimeter Steiner Granatwerfer 34. This conventional smoothbore mortar separated into its barrel, bipod, and baseplate for transportation. The complete weapon weighed approximately 62 kilograms and fired a 3.5 kilogram bomb to a maximum distance of around 2.4 kilometers. Its combination of range, accuracy, and explosive power made it one of the most useful German infantry support weapons at Stalingrad. Moving on to the 7.5 centimeter Leichtes Infanteriegeschütz 18. Its unusual breech mechanism opened by pivoting the rear of the barrel upward for loading. The gun weighed approximately 400 kilograms and fired a shell of about 5.5 kilograms and reached roughly 3.5 kilometers. Its high elevation and direct fire capability allowed crews to place explosive shells into upper floors, barricades, and fortified rooms. Next, we have the 15-centimeter Schwerer Infanteriegeschütz 33. This heavy close support gun could fire in either high or low trajectories and used high explosive or smoke ammunition. The weapon weighed around 1.5 metric tons, while each high explosive projectile weighed 38 kilograms and could travel approximately 5.5 kilometers. Subtle it was not, but buildings struck by it rarely requested another demonstration. We begin the captured Soviet weapons with the PPSH-41. This Soviet submachine gun used an open-bolt blowback action and fired the 7.62 by 25 mm Tokarev cartridge. Its famous drum held 71 rounds, while later box magazines held 35. German soldiers valued it in close combat because 71 available rounds made the MP-40's 32-round magazine appear emotionally restrained. Next, we have the Soviet SVT-40. It was a gas-operated semi-automatic rifle using a short-stroke piston and a tilting locking bolt. Its detachable magazine held 10 rounds of 7.62 by 54 mm rimmed ammunition, and the rifle weighed approximately 3.9 kilograms unloaded. Captured examples gave German soldiers faster aimed fire than the Karabiner 98K, although ammunition, magazines, and maintenance remained dependent on Soviet supplies. Moving on to the Mosin-Nagant M91-30. This Soviet bolt-action rifle fired the 7.62 by 54 mm rimmed ammunition from a 5-round internal magazine. It weighed approximately 4 kilograms and could be loaded quickly with a 5-round stripper clip. It was long, basic, and extremely common, which made replacement rifles and ammunition easier to obtain from captured Soviet positions. Next, we have the Soviet DP-27. This gas-operated light machine gun fired the 7.62 by 54 mm rimmed ammunition from a distinctive 47-round Pan magazine. It weighed roughly 9 kilograms unloaded and fired at approximately 550 rounds per minute. Captured examples could provide valuable mobile firepower, provided the Germans also captured ammunition, magazines, and someone willing to carry those enormous metal pans. Finally, we have the Soviet TT-33 pistol. It used a short recoil, locked breech action and fired the high-velocity 7.62 by 25 mm Tokarev cartridge. Its detachable magazine held 8 rounds, while the unloaded pistol weighed approximately 870 grams. A captured example was compact and powerful, although it remained a secondary weapon in a battle dominated by rifles, machine guns, grenades, and artillery. That was the German infantry arsenal at Stalingrad, from standard rifles and machine guns to specialist support weapons and captured Soviet firearms. The central myth remains simple. The typical German infantryman was not an MP40 gunman. He was usually a Karabiner 98K rifleman, fighting as part of a squad built around the MG34.